the President and First Lady arrived in Jayapura on Tuesday, the 30th of August 2022, night. The President carried out various activities in Jayapura until Mimika Wednesday, the 31st of August 2022. Starting with the inauguration of the Papua Football Academy at the Lucas Enambe Stadium and taking time to play football with Papuan children. After completing a series of activities in Jayapura Regency, President Jokowi and Mrs. Iriana headed to Mimika Regency. The two held a friendly meeting with PT Freeport Indonesia employees at the Sport Hall, Tembagapura District, Mimika Regency. On Wednesday night, in his remarks, the President said he was pleased with PT Freeport Indonesia's significant contribution to the gross regional domestic product in Papua Province, especially Mimika Regency. President Joko Widodo and the First Lady continued their trip to Saumlaki, the capital of the Tanimbar Islands Regency, Maluku Province, Thursday, the 1st of September 2022, afternoon. When getting off the plane, the head of state and the First Lady were wrapped in a traditional Tanimbar woven cloth by one of the dancers from the Malizanggora dance studio. The head of state and entourage were also greeted with a welcome dance to Duan Lolat Earth. Jokowi made a working visit to the Tanimbar Islands, Maluku, Friday, the 2nd of September 2022, by greeting traders and handing over social assistance to beneficiaries at the Olalit market. After that, Jokowi reviewed the optimization of the Wermomolan drinking water supply system in the Tanimbar Islands Regency. Geographically, the Tanimbar Islands are located in the southernmost Maluku province and are bordered by Australian waters. Notes on the visit of state officials, Jokowi became the second president of Indonesia to visit the Tanimbar Islands. Previously, President Sukarno visited the area on November 4, 1958.
President Joko Widodo officially announced that the price of fuel oil, BBM, on Saturday, September 3, 2022, at 14.30, rose by 25 to 30%. Pertalite price increased from Rp 7,650 to Rp 10,000 per litre. Solar price from Rp 5,150 to Rp 6,800. The price of Betamax increased from Rp 12,500 to Rp 14,500. The impact of the increase in fuel prices is the occurrence of demonstrations ranging from students to political parties, such as the Labour Party. Demonstrations against the increase in fuel prices by students at Hasanuddin University, Makassar, ended in clashes with road users. Chaos ensued, because the drivers were annoyed that they had been held back by the student road blockade for hours. A mother who rides a motorbike is emotional because tens of students are not allowed to pass her when she is holding a demonstration against the increase in subsidized fuel prices. Unable to contain his emotions, he asked the students to immediately open the road blockade so that residents could return to continue their activities. The disparity in fuel prices also makes irresponsible people tempted to take advantage and seek profit. It is known that the government previously set a price of Rp 5,150 per litre for subsidized diesel, while for non-subsidized diesel distributed to industry the price was almost Rp 20,000 per litre.
Indonesia officially controls the management of airspace or the Flight Information Region (FIR) for the Riau and Natuna Islands. For 76 years, the management of this airspace has been controlled by Singapore. With this agreement, the management area of Indonesia's territory will increase to 249,575 kilometers. And every flight from Natuna and Riau Islands no longer has to report to Singapore. Prior to this FIR agreement, the power to manage the skies over the Indonesian Riau archipelago was determined at the ICAO meeting in Dublin, Ireland, March 1946. in which Singapore controlled about 100 nautical miles or 1,825 kilometers of Indonesian airspace covering the Riau Islands, Tanjung Pinang, Natuna, Sarawak, and the Malay Peninsula. This causes Indonesian aircraft to have to ask for permission from the Singaporean Aviation Authority if they want to fly from Tanjung Pinang to Pekanbaru. Likewise for Natuna Island, Batam, and flights from the Malacca Strait area. Queen Elizabeth II died at the age of 96 years on September 8, 2022. Various world events colored her leadership during her reign in the British Empire for 70 years, including the Falkland War, Brexit, and the COVID-19 pandemic. After the death of the Queen, Prince Charles is the #1 heir to the throne of the British Empire. Queen Elizabeth II was born Elizabeth Alexandra Mary on April 21, 1926. Elizabeth was baptized on May 29, 1926, in a private chapel at Buckingham Palace. 2 years after the Second World War, 1947, Elizabeth married Navy Lieutenant Philip Mountbatten, a Greek prince. From this marriage, they have 4 children, namely Charles, Anne, Andrew, and Edward. Their marriage was lasting and solid until Philip died in April 2021. After her uncle, Edward VIII, abdicated in 1936, Elizabeth's father, George VI, inherited the throne. Then on February 6, 1952, Elizabeth had to succeed her father as Queen of England. He got his crown on June 2, 1953.